Thank you very much. That makes me happier than you'll ever know. Thank you. This is great. Is everybody keeping in shape and staying healthy here? Yeah, that's great. Yeah. That's important. You know, my grandmother started walking 5 miles a day when she was 60. She's 97 today, and we don't know where the hell she is. We know where she is. She's in prison. But, no. But that's important to stay in shape. I'm flossing every day. Yeah. Well, that gum disease is scary, isn't it? Oh, yeah, sure. I don't know how many of you know about it, but my aunt died because of gum disease. She did. She accidentally got 2 pieces of Wrigley spearmint stuck on her eyelids, couldn't open them up, and she wandered onto some train tracks. The train didn't hit her, but she stepped on a rusty nail and infected her foot. Doctors had to cut it off. She got real depressed about that and moved to Guam, opened up a little gift boutique there selling knickknacks, went bankrupt in about 6 months. Anyway, she fell in love with this man she met while hitchhiking, and I guess he loved her too. I don't really know, but he used to make fun of her missing foot all the time. She shot him. She was so sensitive about that missing foot. It turns out that he was married. His wife found her and beat the hell out of her. Then they got to talking and got to be real close friends and enjoyed doing things together every Saturday. And one of their favorite things they enjoyed doing on Saturdays was to go swimming over in Caldwell's Pond in Hazelfield Park. It's in Guam. And they were swimming one Saturday, Trudy and Yolanda, that was them. And it was real choppy, real windy. A storm was brewing. And Trudy called out, "Better go, storms are brewing." And Yolanda said, "Yeah." So they got out and started walking. And a pack of wild wolves attacked Aunt Yolanda and killed her. So that gum disease is nothing to mess around with. Thank you very much. I really enjoy doing what I do. I enjoy it because after I perform, people always come up to me and talk to me and ask me questions. And they always say, "Ellen, first of all, you're incredible. But second of all, is your life as a performer, is it that much different than ours, the little people, the nobodies, the scum?" And I'll tell you, I don't think it is. I think we're all the same. I think we all enjoy doing the same things. For instance, do you do this? You do this. Everybody does this. When you're at home alone, you put on an album, one that you know all the words to, and you take a hairbrush or a deodorant can or something, you stand in front of the mirror, you pretend like you're a rock star, and when the album's over, you pretend like the concert's over and people are screaming and cheering for more. You say, "Thank you very much, good night!" And then you run out of the living room, down the hall into the bedroom, you pretend like that's the dressing room. You get there and you have a wine and cheese and fruit tray and champagne all sitting out, and you're smoking and you're drinking and you're eating and you pretend like you're getting interviewed by the Rolling Stone magazine, and you just completely trash your room. Don't you? Me too. Yeah. Yeah. We have a lot in common, huh? That's great. This is fun to do, too. You go outside and you capture little lizards. You just capture them, and then once you have them, you glue little tiny toupees to their heads. And you set them free, and their family and friends don't recognize them. Yeah. Did you do this when you were kids? How many of you had a dollhouse when you were growing up? Dollhouse? Me too. Me too. Yeah. Did you ever catch the minnows in the pond with little Dixie cups and walk around with the minnows in the cups? Me too. Me too. Did you ever take the minnows and mount them to the walls of your den in your dollhouse? Me too. Me too. You pretend like Barbie and Ken Carter on a fishing expedition. You take pictures. Me too. Yeah. Do you read Hints from Heloise in the paper? I think women read this more than men. She has a column. She has tips for you. She has tips like how to get gum out of your hair. To me, if you're this stupid, you don't deserve a clue as to how to get it out. You're a moron, you know. I mean, how does this happen? You're chewing your gum. Oh! Can you believe it? It's in there, huh? Help me. It doesn't happen. I read this, actually. She has a book. I don't know if anybody has the book Hints from Heloise, do you? No? It's very good. I don't know if the movie is going to be as good, but the book is good. And I read this. This is true, actually. If you have an Angora sweater and you want to wear it out that night to a party or something, you take the Angora sweater, put it in a plastic bag, you put it in the freezer for an hour, and it won't shed the rest of the night. And that's true. But then I started thinking, you knew that, didn't you? But I started thinking, well, my cat sheds an awful lot. Thank you.
Very funny stuff. Now, this is the first time you and I have met. Now, where's home for you?
Home is New Orleans. That
No kidding.
took your
Oh.
Well, you know, you talk about a low-class city too, and that, you know, so they got it. So that couldn't have been the reason. Actually, it's an okay city, but there are problems. I just went back home, as a matter of fact.
Oh, did you?
Bring
All
that
right.
up. And it is. It's sad because it's going down. You know, all of the old buildings are being demolished. You know, and one of my fondest memories as a child, I went back as the live pony ride, and it's just so sad to see those poor little ponies dodging that demolition ball. You know, and they should have taken the children off, and it's just a horrible sight. I couldn't watch about an hour and a half, and I said, I'm going. I really can't watch this.
No, I've been to New Orleans. It's a nice city.
It is.
It's fun. The Bourbon Street is everything that they say it is,
and more.
And more.
There's lots of. Well, anyway. Yeah, it's a.
Was it a nice childhood growing up there though for you?
Well, I don't know. My family was extremely cruel to me, so that's kind of I remember one day I was coming home from kindergarten. Well, they told me it was kindergarten. I found out later I'd been working in a factory for 2 years.
Oh.
That was bad. Yeah. I was about 4 or 5 years old. My dad walks up to me before Christmas one day, and he says, Ellen, what would you like for Christmas? And I said, gosh, Dad, I'd like a little dolly. And Christmas Day, he wheels in this tremendous metal thing. I said, no. Have you ever tried to dress one of those things? They're impossible.
No, not there, yeah.
We had fire drills around the house so that in case of a fire, we each had a special duty. Like my father had to grab the pets, my mother grabbed the jewelry, my brother ran out to get help, and they told me to try to save the washer and dryer. So it's a good thing I had that dolly.
Now, somebody told me back that you're a pet lover. I used to have a pet store at one time.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
See, now, if I weren't a comedian, I would have a pet store. I would that or a terrorist. I wouldn't decide. I don't know. But, I love pets. I love animals, and I like cats more than dogs, I think, because dogs are a little bit smelly. You know, I don't know. One of my cats, I have 2 cats, and one of my cats started smelling a little bit like an animal, and I bought this.
That is odd.
You don't want that.
No.
And so at the pet stores, they have pet cologne, cat cologne, and you spray your pet, and it smells like Brute. And this is true. A little tip for you, though. Cats don't like aerosol coming at their faces. They don't. So I got one good spray on her, and she's scared to death of me. She's under the bed now and won't come out. But if you lay under there and sniff her, she smells very, very good.
Well, thank you very much for spending some time with us.
Oh, thanks for
Ellen
having me.
Degeneres, you can be at the Comedy Underground, Swanee's Comedy Underground.
Tonight.
Through tonight, yes.
Through tonight.
Yes,
From now through tonight.
From now till through tonight. Please go down and see her, Ellen Degeneres.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Thank you. How are ya?